Hi, Dan. How are you today?
Hey, Jordana. Doing great. Do you know what next week is? It's spring.
It actually starts next week?
Absolutely.
Wow.
We're running out of winter very rapidly. And also tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's Day.
That is right. I'm wearing green to celebrate, and so are you.
To all our Irish friends, we're thinking about you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll have corned beef and cabbage.
Absolutely. Who doesn't love a little corned beef and cabbage? And don't forget to wear your green then tomorrow, otherwise you're going to get pinched, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
Which could be good, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah, and also, to honor spring, we have some beautiful yellow tulips.
We do.
Yes.
And a little snow outside.
And snow outside. Well,
So you never know what you're going to get come Mother Nature.
So we saw a very, very interesting Hallmark last night, and it brought back fond memories of when you were a young lady, and we saw Princess at Disney World and Disneyland.
Yeah.
And this last night was a very nice Hallmark, remembering that they have to compete with March Madness.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen the Hallmark, catch up with it this week.
I thought this one was fun. It was definitely worth streaming, I think. It is a light Hallmark. It definitely is one to watch with children.
Yes.
Light, refreshing, I thought.
Yes, it was truly a family movie, and it was also sort of fun to watch. And it, as I say, it brought back fond memories of when my family was growing up.
I loved the idea of Princess Sweet Pea. Kind of reminded me, and I think this is what it was, about the princess and the pea, because she came out with the little pea in it.
Yes.
And so it was about that story. And I love the idea of an amusement park princess becoming a real princess.
Right, and we've all been to amusement parks with our kids, and we've seen the amusement park princess, and Hallmark brought that into their movie. And also, in keeping with the St. Patty's Day experience, Hallmark filmed this in Ireland.
Correct. This movie was called Royal-ish, which was cute because, again, she was royal-ish, being a amusement park princess, so she was royal-ish. And you're right. We had, they didn't, in Hallmark fashion, it was a made-up land of where they were royalty from, but it was filmed in Ireland.
And last week, they filmed in Ireland also.
Yeah, and we saw advertisement for traveling to
Right, so
Ireland.
we've seen two of Ireland's finest castles.
Well, and I think it's because they do have, don't they have, Hallmark has a place they film in Ireland, I believe.
Well,
one of their studios is out there or something where they do a lot of filming.
Ireland is such a wonderful place to visit. The people are very, very nice. Traditions go back centuries, and everybody in Ireland is drinking stout beer. Yeah. And so they're a very happy, wonderful people.
It looks gorgeous. It's a place I definitely have on a bucket list to go to because it's lush green, which is emerald green, and definitely a place.
So tell me, how did you like the movie?
So the movie, I thought, like I said, was very lighthearted, a fun movie. It started off just in the right way, I think, where it was taking our character Lacey Pope, who played Princess Sweet Pea, and took you through kind of her life story where she was, living a normal life and going to her two jobs. She had two jobs, and talking about how, she had wanted to go back to school and different things, but she was still paying off student loans. And so continuing this job.
A very contemporary sort of a story that we could all relate to.
And then getting in her costume and playing this princess and having tea parties with all of her guests, who the little girls are dressed up as princesses, and they bring their family members and they have a tea party, and it is so fun. Then one of the guests, which we didn't know at the time, happened to be and Princess Sweet Pea was played by Nicole Sakura.
She was terrific.
She
Yes.
was terrific, and she, if anybody remembers, was also in The Finish Line this year, and she played the fun manager best friend who fell in love with the cousin
Yes,
in that.
but she's had many wonderful roles over the past, both in movies and in series on television.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I kind of was glad she got a leading role because she was fantastic in The Finish Line, who was with that cousin there,
Yes.
the crazy cousin in that one, and so it was fun to see.
Yeah,
her as well.
she's been an actress
Yeah.
for years, and a fine actress.
Yeah.
And how about the leading man?
So we were introduced to Prince Henry when he was first talking to his mom over in Ireland and wanting to take his daughter to America, but we saw them
Yes.
first meet in the Tea Party, and so Prince Henry was played by William Moseley.
Who's a British actor, is he?
He's from England, and so he was also in, this is not his first Hallmark, he was in Christmas of Notting Hill, but he was also a childhood actor and won a Kids' Choice Award for playing Peter in Chronicles of Narnia. So he had been a child actor for a long time and a renowned one.
Well, Hallmark is bringing you all these wonderful actors and actresses and putting them in their stories week after week, and it makes it so exciting to watch.
Yeah, and so the cast was phenomenal. I thought, even from the characters that played Queen Eloise, I thought was great. Emily Swain, I think is her name.
Yes.
And the adorable little girl who played Princess Rose. I loved the part when she was wanting to meet Princess Sweet Pea in the Tea Party.
Yes.
And
she was...
Right, Princess Sweet Pea had no clue that she was really royalty, and she's like, and I'm Princess Sweet Pea, and she's like, I'm Princess Rose. And they were having this conversation, and she's like, in my castle, we do this.
Well, that's what made it so much fun. And again, it's a kind of a Hallmark movie that the kids, your children, can enjoy also.
Yeah, it was cute. And she was played by Francesca Europa, who is Irish. So I wonder if it was just really easy to cast someone from Ireland, which I love when they have cast members from the actual country they're filming in. And she was in another Hallmark movie because she's only, I think, 8 years old or 9 years old.
She's a youngster.
She's young. And she was in also a Norwegian Holiday in the 2023 Christmas
That was
season.
filmed in Bergen.
It was filmed in Norway, actually, too.
Yes,
So,
in Bergen, Norway, yes. Well, I thought that the movie last night was fun to watch. I thought that you could bring your children to your living room and not ban them from seeing such a wonderful film that Hallmark has. But this is the last of, I think, the royal movies.
it is, and what was fun about this was because it was royal-ish, we actually got to see, her then going back to their castle, because we find that Princess Rose is nervous to be kind of anointed into her place. And so she has a fear of horses, and she felt very comfortable. So we find that Lacey gets to go back to the castle and her place, and there's always
You know what? It's a very predictable Hallmark.
Yeah, it's good though.
That the young girl, the 8-year-old, her father falls in love with another young lady, and as it is, there's always somebody there to get in the way, and love prevails.
Yeah, and it's, I think that it is a very sweet story that is great to watch with your entire family.
Absolutely.
And I definitely one not to be missed because it really
for the
truly
whole
captures
family.
us. Yeah, I really love this one. So definitely a great one
What's
to
for
see.
next week?
So next week we start watching a new series, and I think there's a couple of them, and it's called About Hearts Around the Table. And this one seems like a really cute series they're doing, and I think it's 2 or 3 weekends that we're going to see this popping up. And the first one we're going to to see is Jenna's First Love. And this one is about planning a charity event with
Yes.
an ex. And we've seen that before in Hallmark, where they have to do something and the ex comes about.
But you know what? This is always about love stories. And so love stories have so many ways of coming to fruition. And for the video audience, we've all seen different love stories. And
We know what's going to happen, though. What do you think's going to happen, Dad?
well, they're going to fall in love.
Again, for the
Yes.
second time. And sometimes the second time is better than the first time.
Yes, and sometimes you fall in love the second time, but you fell in love in between. And then you
Something's
have...
going to come in between them again, but
Okay,
love will prevail.
that should be very exciting to watch. But remember, next week, for all our Hallmark fans, record the Hallmark movie, because next Saturday night will be part of March Madness, and you don't want to miss an episode of Hallmark.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Or record the March Madness and watch it a little later.
That's right. Either or.
Don't miss either of them. If you have a bracket, don't forget, brackets have to be done. I think they open up tonight when they do the drafting.
Tonight's brackets, and then next week we're going to watch the games. But also remember that there are women's basketball games also.
Absolutely. You got men's and women's coming in
And
hot.
they say that women's NCAA basketball is becoming very, very popular.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch all the basketball, and we won't forget our Hallmark.
Absolutely not. We'll be here back with you
we'll
next
record.
Sunday, reviewing About Hearts Around the Table, Jenna's First Love. So be
Yes.
back next week, same time, same place.
And we're looking forward to seeing everybody. On behalf of Jordana and myself, have a wonderful holiday
Before
time.
we leave, Dad,
Yes.
let's put it in writing here or in video. Who do you think is going to be winning the NCAA championships, men and women?
Well, the women, I suspect, may be UConn.
UConn, okay.
Yes, I put that in favor. For the men's, I think that the men's may be the Florida Gators.
The Florida Gators.
Yes.
Interesting.
I
I don't have any idea. I got to do a bracket, but I have no idea.
Those are the two teams that I'm rooting for. And again, I'm rooting for Hallmark to hit it out of the ballpark.
All right. We're going to see if
And
he's right with his brackets here.
Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Remember tomorrow, St. Patty's Day. Enjoy,
Great.
everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Great week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.